And of course, seated are my children. Some of them have not been able to make it here. I thank them for the support, to put pen to paper. Time will also fail me to appreciate my one and only, the one I call the Diokpa, Diokpa Deli Ajufo. Thank you so much for coming all the way. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today with a heart filled with gratitude, humility, and profound hope for the future of our beloved Niger Delta, and indeed our great nation, Nigeria. Let me begin by sincerely thanking His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, GCON, GCFRO, though ably represented today by His Excellency Dr. Michael Gadume, for the honor of writing the foreword to this book. The man of his stature to sit down, and I gave him my manuscript. I was in his office to give him the manuscript. I said, Daddy, this is what I want to do. He said, okay, give it to me. I'll look at it and then put pen to paper for the foreword that you will see in that book. For his continued commitment to peace, dialogue, and development in the Niger Delta. His leadership left an enduring legacy of inclusion, justice, and belief in the capacity of our people. And I remain deeply grateful for this moral support. I also extend my heartfelt appreciation to our distinguished chairman of the occasion, Major General Ike Omasanda Wanshuku, CFRO MNI, for lending his respected presence, wisdom, and statesmanship to this event. Sir, your service to this nation continues to inspire generations. I'm equally grateful to Mike Gadume, Abu Ezekome, SENCO, and FRO, whose towering intellectual presence, patriotic voice, and fearless advocacy have always enriched our national discourse, as is ably represented today. I thank him for the honor of agreeing to review this book and for his continued encouragement. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this book, The Hidden Treasures in the Niger Delta, is not just a personal project, as it were. It is the product of years of reflection, lived experience, community engagement over the years, and a deep yearning to change the narrative of our region that has given so much to this nation, yet has received so little in return. For decades, the Niger Delta has been presented to the world through the lenses of conflict, degradation, and agitation. While these pains are real and must be acknowledged, they do not tell the complete story. Beneath the surface of our creeks, mangroves, rivers, and communities are burdens, resilience, brilliance, innovation, and untapped potential. Before 1956, the mainstay of our economy is predominantly agriculture. And like most economies of the world today, agriculture still remains relevant and will always be. But once Ala-Igbo was discovered, Nigeria moved from agriculture to exploration of the black gold. Between 1956 and 1960, we have already had 50 oil wells producing in commercial quantity. Consequently, our economy, the Nigerian economy as it were, was redirected in the way of hydrocarbon. Ladies and gentlemen, hydrocarbon in all its glory, is less than 130 years. It therefore means that before 130 years, it has always been in the ground waiting to be discovered. Suffice it to say, therefore, that before hydrocarbon, there were mega businesses crisscrossing international boundaries. And after hydrocarbon, there will be mega businesses. With the current trajectories around the world, I dare say that hydrocarbon is on its way out. Most of it is not considered dirty. An alternative source of energy is being sought everywhere, with carbon emission now a big business. It is considered that 60% of the resources to move the world forward is in Africa. And I dare say to you today on this platform, and I tell you for free, that most of these resources are in the Niger Delta. In this book, The Hidden Treasures, I've put together a compendium of my works and engagement in the business space for almost 3 decades. The Niger Delta, both in human and natural resources, is a gift to our world. And most of it remain untapped until tomorrow. I can tell you for free that beyond oil and gas, there are treasures waiting to be responsibly harvested in the Niger Delta. As you will see in the book, just like they say in the northern part of this country today, lithium is the new gold. There is so much more in the Niger Delta that can be responsibly exploited for the good of our people and country. That's why I tell you and I introduce to you the King Chris Iyovwaye Foundation. That beyond documenting my thoughts on the hidden treasures in the region, let me inform my most revered audience seated today that beyond that, there is a noble and higher purpose in producing this book. And I dare say that funds accrued from the sales of this book will be domiciled with the King Chris Iyovwaye Foundation. The King Chris Iyovwaye Foundation has 3 main core area of focus and interest. 1, providing clean drinking water in our rural communities. I tell you as you move from places, thank you. I tell you as you move from place to place, you see, not until a big man puts tap outside his fence, there are some persons that don't have access to water, sir. And all around the Niger Delta, we are sitting on water. But I can tell you, sir, there are persons who cannot access clean water. And I think that's an anomaly. 2, training our women, our rural women, in modern agricultural skills. That's whatever resources you are committing to this book, that's where it is going. 3, and finally, education, leadership education, and training for a young population. That's whatever resources you are committing to this book, that's where it is going. I'm so happy, I'm so proud that you are here today to come and support this vision. And I believe that you will not regret your coming, and that at the end of the day, when we look back, it will be worthwhile that we are here today to celebrate a true vision. God bless you, and God continue to cause His face to shine upon you. God bless you, sir and ma. Thank you.
Please, another round of applause for the author and the reason why we're here today. Listening to him speak, you can hear it in him, the passion and the vision to ensure that we have a restructuring, much like our chairman has also advocated for. Resource control should go to the federating units so we can unearth the potential of Nigeria, or in other words, find the hidden treasures, particularly in the Niger Delta. Whilst the author goes round giving out his warm felicitations to the distinguished invited guests who have graced his occasion and honored him with their presence, I'd like to inform the brass band we'll be getting ready to welcome the special guest of honor for his remark. Thank you very much, sir. Please, a round of applause for him as he makes his way back to the seat. Thank you very much, sir. Without further ado, our next item on the program is item 10, remark by the special guest of honor. The special guest of honor for today's occasion also did the honors of penning down the foreword to the book which we're celebrating today. And it's in no mean feat as we recognize His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, GCON, GCFR, former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by his former Chief of Staff, His Excellency Dr. Mike Ogeodame, as he comes forward for his remark.
Please sit down. The chairman of this occasion, our own dear General Ike Nwachukwu. I'm always happy to see you for your great services to our country. We are grateful for your life. You have remained so strong and ever handsome. The man of the moment, on whose account we are here today, Dike Chris Iyovwaye, the author. I think I will style you as an industrialist and evangelist. I'd like to appreciate you especially because, you know, modern evangelism has been faced with people who just talk about unmerited favors, unmerited glory. But it's very clear that in your own evangelism, you want merited favors, merited profits, not just collections and tithes. I congratulate you. Our elder statesman, Professor Jerry Ghana, the man who does everything well. And my dear brother, wow, Olumide Akpata, I can't find him now. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to stand in for my boss, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, former President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, who unavoidably had to travel this morning to Guinea-Bissau for monitoring of the elections that is coming up there at this time. He sends his goodwill to the author and also to the audience that is here. As you already know, he wrote the foreword for this book. I, for one, have not seen the book up to this moment, but from the foreword, he endorses every aspect of that book. He associates himself with it, the book, The Hidden Treasures of the Niger Delta. A lot has been said about the hidden treasures here today by all those who gave goodwill messages and most especially the book reviewer, who gave a very detailed account of the book. What I can say is that the book you have written is a call to action. Because a lot has been said in the past, a lot is known, but when you don't bring action to it, potentials remain potentials. And potentials are only rewarding when they are realized. Deep inside here, you can have tons and tons and tons of gold, of diamond, of uranium, or whatever. It remains zero until it is mined and brought out. The book, from what we have heard, is trying to emphasize the abundance of these resources that are embedded in Niger Delta, not just in oil and gas, in the blue economy, in the derivative industries, in agriculture, and even in the people themselves. These are all treasures. In the past, when I was deputy governor between 1999 and 2007, we had this same Brace Commission. We used to have meetings of South-South governors. At a point, it was enlarged to include members of the National Assembly. And these meetings were held from state to state. It was about regional economy, mostly. But action could never be taken because competition for power took control of that commission. At a point, everybody in Niger Delta was a governor, wanted to be a vice president or an unknown president. Because Obasanjo was president from the south, and the next president was going to come from the north, but nobody knew who that president was. But everybody started scrambling to become a vice president to whoever will come. I was glad recently when the South-South governors came back together to form again the Brace Commission. We do hope that the fate of the first one will not befall the present one. Our advice on this occasion is to send a message to them that there is need for action. And that action can only be taken in practical terms, not just saying it without showing political will, the right political will. They should move further to create the vehicle, the investment vehicle that will detail out the investment opportunities and market those opportunities. Set up a body that will market them across the states, across the region. The Niger Delta is supposed to be the economic hub of this country. It's supposed to be home to the biggest seaports in this country because we are the only area where you have the deep sea port that should be developed. And from the Niger Delta, you can reach every part of this nation, particularly the north, the middle belt, and the north. There is need to harness our resources at this point in time for proper fiscal development. Too much talk over the period. I will also recommend this book to the academia and the business sector, the industrialists. We must find a way to project it internationally, because the opportunities are there and we need investors that will help to develop the region. As the program was going on, I did, as the author, I thought the goodwill messages should have been a mix with the next level, the unveiling of the book. I want to call upon all of us here, all those who have already spoken, that there is need to encourage the author so that the foundation that he is dedicating the process to will be able to benefit from our gathering here today. So on behalf of President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, I congratulate the author and I thank each and every one of you for coming here to honor him. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Army Headquarters Garrison Band, led by Lieutenant A.A. Tom. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, very distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get to the crux of the matter. For many who have not seen the cover of the book, production also had to correct me at some point because I kept on saying 202-paged book. They just informed me that the pagination did not capture the colored pages. We have about 270, that is if you add the 68 colored pages, so I stand corrected. At this moment in time, we would get to see what the book looks like. I had the privilege of sneaking a sneak peek when I requested to the author that we have some e-copies to encourage some of the Gen Z that only like to read online. Because it's almost believed that our reading culture is declining in the country. But Gen Z claim that they read online. So we would also accommodate them in the planning. And moving on to the unveiling and the public presentation of the book, would like to request that this session be led by the chief launcher, the chief in-law as well, Prince Adewale Adebayo Esquire, SDP presidential candidate in 2023. Sir, with your kind permission, the stand is over there. We're going to have to walk across the stage all the way to the book. Please, those joining the chief launcher would also be careful. We have some firework here so that we don't get caught up in the firework. I know he would like for members of his party to also join him. So we're going to do this in some way. We have the big copy here and the tables. Now, there are two roles here which would not get mixed up. There are two roles. For transparent purposes, the chief launcher will be taking account of the pledges and credibility of those making vows. But the duty of the chairman, sir, with your kind permission, sir, Mr. Chairman, this is the first one most persons seated behind would see. So, Mr. Chairman, you do us the honors. Yes, sir. Gentlemen of the press, please, let's also do well to give those sitting behind some way to see what's going on here. The chairman is here, the author is also here, and our distinguished members of the high table. We're going to spell the region where we want to see its hidden talents unveiled, the Niger Delta. So at the last mention of the last letter A, would unveil it. Are we ready? For those who know how to spell Niger Delta. Can I have an N? Can I have an I? Can I have a G? E? R? D? E? L? T? A! A round of applause. Thank you. Our very distinguished invited guests, you can now take your seats, please. There's another ceremony ongoing here. Physical copies of the book have just been unveiled by the chief launcher, who is handing out copies to the chairman. And our very distinguished invited guest, our special guest of honor, has also grabbed his copy as well. Copies are going round. Please, there are certain slips that have also been attached to the copies being handed out by the chief launcher. You're expected to fill those dummy checks. Please, as you receive your copy, can we go upstage? Please, so that the stage will accommodate all of us. Gentlemen of the press, let's also please do well to make room. All members of the high table who have received copies, please be up on stage. Chief launcher, sir, the mic is here, sir.
Okay. Your Excellency, the special guest of honor, Mr. Chairman, Your Excellency, General Nwachukwu, the authors, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to do this in-law duty. I've been commanded by my in-laws and my wife to commend this book to you. But it's an important book. You've listened to the review. This book is a gateway to billions of dollars in fortune. As a gateway to freedom, economic freedom, social freedom, physical freedom, and it's also the guarantor of peace in Nigeria. Because where there's prosperity, there's peace. And because I paid very little amount when I was getting married, interestingly, yesterday was my 21st anniversary of marrying my wife. And I was not asked to pay any money at all because my father-in-law only took me through an intellectual exercise and said, you can go. So on behalf of myself, my wife, particularly, my in-laws, and then the Social Democratic Party. So we have combined all our contributions together, and we are launching the book with a token sum of 100 million naira. And I will tell you that this book is a living manifesto of the SDP. If you see chapter 2 of the Constitution, fundamental objective and directive principle of state policy, and how you can use economic development to guarantee constitutional rights. If you read this book, after you read this book, go and read the SDP manifesto. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my in-law.
Thank you, Chief Launcher, sir. Let's celebrate this moment. Well, thank you very much, Chairman, Chief Launcher, and our members of the distinguished high table. Please, we can return to our seats after the photo ops. Alhaji, barka dai, sir. Prof, nice to meet you again, sir. God bless you for all you do for us. We appreciate it, sir. Sir.
Write their phone number. And those who have their copies to write their phone number. Call Floba up, Floba.
I cannot make public announcement. We run the finance house.
All right, thank you, distinguished invited guests. Let's have our seats, please. All right. Thank you, Army Headquarters Garrison Band, led by Lieutenant A.A. Tom. Very distinguished invited guests, please, let's maintain decorum as we return to our seats. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, please, there's a slip going round. It's a dummy check. It's a dummy check. We're also keeping with tradition. The days where we make donations verbally also need to be backed by accountability. I'm also being informed that some persons would like to make purchases now. They would like to buy a copy of the book. Please, for those who are ready to make purchases on spot, someone is ready to attend to you over there by the book stand. And we need a price to it. Someone is asking for a price. You can go above the price if you so wish. There's also a dummy check here. You're also kindly advised to fill it out and write your number, your phone number behind the check so that you can redeem it with ease when the time comes to doing so. And for those who also want to keep with the tradition of making verbal donations in terms of vows on what they intend to donate, please, you can signal to me and I'll have you come forward and we'll take your vow. Please, the prize is also important for those who intend to purchase copies on the spot. Please do know that that is also possible. Much like the Social Democratic Party has done, they've supported this launch with 100 million naira. And in that vein, I'd like to most respectively recognize the national chairman of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, an academician and a statistician at that, Dr. Sadiq Umar Abubakar Gombe. Welcome, sir. Ranka Shidere, sir. Please, we're still waiting on the prize for those who want to purchase copies at the book stand. If you've filled out this slip, kindly signal to any of the officials or ushers to get them from you. But please do not forget to write your phone number behind it, please. Thank you. You can signal to any of those wearing white, the DCI Foundation, with the tag officials, please. I've just been informed that since time was not graciously our friend to take goodwill messages, I can extend the goodwill donations now. Just that there's a change in the nomenclature. It's not a message now, and it's also a launch support. I've now been so graciously also fielded with the prize. I've been informed that for a hard copy of the book at the book stand, it's just 200,000 naira. Just 200,000 naira. And for our Gen Z, soft copy, aka online copy, is 150,000 naira. You can get it furnished into your device just at the book stand there. Now, in taking more goodwill donations to support the launch, I'd like to most respectfully revisit our lists of those who were supposed to give goodwill messages, but for time at the moment, I'd like to come to a very seasoned academician and a lecturer back then, as I remember him in the University of Jos, before he was appointed as Minister of Youth and Sports, and one of the pioneers for local government autonomy, because at some point he was also a chairman of Langtang local government area. I'd like to respectfully invite Solomon Selkap Dalong as he comes forward to make his remark and also support the book launch. Please, a round of applause for him as he comes forward.
Let me take refuge under the existing protocol. Your Excellency, the former President of Nigeria, other distinguished and eminent Nigerians here, my Ogamento, General Wachuku, thank you for the sound voices on the need to revisit the constitutional framework of this, our union called Nigeria. And I think it's hypocritical for us to continue to pretend that Nigeria can move forward the way it is. Historically, I knew as a fact that in 1954, our founding fathers met in Lancaster House and agreed on the nature of the federation that will govern Nigeria. And I think unless and until we go back to Lancaster House, we will wallow for too long in the wilderness without a direction. As it stands today, the definition of Nigerian democracy is kidnapping, killings, looting, killing of even servicemen, and everything negative about this country. So I think we need to quickly go back to the drawing table and revisit the issue of restructuring. So, sir, I concur. To the auto, I didn't know that you are a firebrand speaker. I think the church captured you earlier. Otherwise, you would have been with us here and you would be a different brand of khaki, advocating for a better country. Thank you very much for the industry invested in this publication, and I think the younger ones will benefit more. To our guy, Jerry Ghana, I think Nigerians are always making reference to where we started right, because they are always referring to you as MAMSA Director General, meaning that the best thing you ever did to this country was to mobilize Nigeria to participate in democracy. And I think since we missed our way, we are still walloping around Sambisa Forest. We need to retrace our steps, come back to where we levied in 1987. Because I knew MAMSA came to my village in Sabogila in 1987 and addressed our people and on the needs and the role to participate in democracy. I think we need to do that. My friend, the in-law, the presidential candidate of Social Democratic Party, man who represents the generation with which we need to trust with power. I think the problem in this country is that we have everything. The only thing we are deficient is leadership. The only treasure we are deficient is leadership. And I think the younger generation have young people who are pushing themselves out. The author has also been invited to join, and I know many seated here will join. Come out, provide leadership for this country, because those who built Nigeria were not all people. The history of those who built this country, even when Jerry Ghana was doing Mansa, he was not an old man. Gawan wasn't. Neither was IBB. Neither was Buhari. Neither was Awolowo, Saduna, and the rest. So the youth built Nigeria. And now I want to advise our current leadership that it is about time they take their appropriate places in advising the younger ones, providing leadership so that this country can move forward. I was invited here at the instance of my friend and a brother, the presidential candidate of Social Democratic Party, asking me to make another donation will amount to inviting me to do what is responsible for Nigeria. I'm not moving forward. Thank you very much for this opportunity. And I pray that all the speeches made here will be taken as one of the treasury to move this country forward. Nigeria is bleeding. Democracy is heading to the abyss. Let's rescue it.
Thank you very much, Honorable Solomon Selkap Dalong, for that message. I would have to go by some of the associations we had earlier recognized in terms of the support the book needs for its launching. And I would like to start with Pandev, one of the pioneering pro-Niger Delta groups in the country. I'm hoping he's still in the hall with us. I'd like to respectfully invite Honorable Basi Ekefere to come forward and make a pronouncement of Pandev's support to the book launch. Please, a round of applause for him as he comes forward. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, we have quietly made our own donation, which is with them. Pandev is an NGO, it's not a government organization. So we have given what we can give. I'm not going to announce it, but I've given it to Chris. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind donation and support. It was also on the recommendation that the book be made available to more young Nigerians in schools and institutions across the nation. So you can also give to that cause of supporting the book's distribution to schools across the Niger Delta and beyond. In keeping with the list I have with me here, I've also been respectfully informed that I can invite to the podium Pastor Triumphant Obama to also come forward and support the book as well. Pastor, with your kind permission, please come forward. A round of applause for him.
A lot of people are saying I should pray, but I'll make my own donation quietly. You know, I'm a priest, and we do everything with discretion. Definitely, it will be well supported. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. A nobleman's word is gold. And much like the good book says, what your left hand gives, your right hand should not know about. At this point in time, we would also do our best to go through some of the names we had earlier recognized who intended to speak. Please do not be constrained by the fact that it is important to buy by a donation. I'd like to most respectfully invite to the podium, if he's here present, veteran Olawale Okunui, if he's here present, to kindly also make... Yes, please.
Mr. Chairman, our elder and leader in the Patriots, General Iyovwaye, and the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. I am here to speak to the issues generated by the hidden treasures, particularly as encapsulated in the agenda of the Patriots. And my leader earlier spoke to it. There are things that could stop us from unraveling or discovering the hidden treasures. People have spoken about leadership. It's not so much about leadership. It's about the political will to do the right thing, to bring about the right system. Our problem essentially is a problem of system. We have a wrong, warped, lopsided system that will not make us achieve all of this that you have profoundly exposed to us. We will not, it will just be talk. We've done all of this all 40 years under the leadership of Chief Tony Enauro. We started speaking to this. Because the system foisted deliberately by those who captured the state is warped and will never make you to get the hidden treasures of Nigeria. Nigeria everywhere is embedded with hidden treasures, but there is no system to unleash it. Therefore, the urgency of now is for us collectively to begin to engage those in power in form of organization as launched on last Tuesday to ensure that they give us a platform where the diverse stakeholders of Nigeria can come together, discuss and agree, and then adopt a framework that can help us discover the hidden treasure. That way, we need either a referendum or a constitutional conference. I have studied and I've done comparative analysis of government in Nigeria from 1886 to 2012. As a matter of fact, that led us to the 2014 National Confab after engaging government under Goodluck Jonathan at that time. And I see that the most robust of government in Nigeria was under Babangida. The most robust, the most consultative, etc. But it ended up in the dustbin, probably because of some error. You find out that the Constitution 1989 did not see the light of the day. Therefore, I call on leaders seated here today that we need to organize properly to make sure that we change the system that will not make us unveil the hidden treasure. I thank you very much.
Thank you, veteran, sir. Well, I've also been informed that if you're done filling your sleep, you can kindly make your way to the book stand, either in front or behind. Someone is waiting to receive them from you and hand you a copy of the book. Remember, the asking price here, 200,000 naira for hard copy, while 150,000 naira for soft copy. At this point in time, I'll come back to the roll call. Next on the list, I know he had earlier declined from making it public, but we're also advised to have him on the podium to encourage the NBA. I would like to very respectfully invite Barrister Olumide Akpata on stage for his pronouncements as well. Barrister, sir, with your kind permission. Please, a round of applause for him as he comes forward. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I had already told the compare that I will be making my contribution, my donations directly to my brother. So him bringing me upstage now, maybe he thinks that when he puts me on the spot, I will change my mind. No, I will send in, and this contribution, sorry, is not to my brother, it's to the foundation. I will send in my own contribution to the foundation in appreciation of the hard work that Deacon Chris Iyovwaye has put into making this book a reality. And I will send that to him directly. I will not be making it public. Thank you, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you very much, Barrister, sir. A very learned gentleman, a legal luminary, and he holds that record for 28 years in the NBA. A non-Zan had never emerged as president of the NBA, but for Barrister Olumide Akpata. Well, in keeping with more of the information I'll be passing on in a bit, I'd like to call on Professor Chris Aputu to come forward and also make his pronouncement at this moment. With your kind permission, please, Prof, you're warmly invited to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you very much, MC. I'm always willing to support my brother Chris, but my Vice Chancellor is here, so I won't be in a hurry to mention something here, but be rest assured I will do the needful. Thank you very much.
Please, a round of applause, please, for Prof. I've also been informed that I can invite to the podium Captain Tony Onugarigo for his pledge as well. Captain Tony Onugarigo. Please, a round of applause for him as he comes forward.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to first of all thank my boss, our leader, Professor Jerry Ghana. I will greet you, sir. I don't want to go long story. Deacon Chris is my very good friend. He's like a brother. Like Professor Jerry Ghana said something when we went to his house. Say, when Chris put his leg, or when you put your leg, Chris put his leg. So we've come a long way. I was the head of Urobo, UPU, for some years. Deacon Chris is also head of Isoko for some years. And then one day we sat together and we said, Chris said he wants to host Isoko and Urobo. That is the beginning of the whole story we're having here today. And Chris put me and him on the same table, and we did Urobo Isoko Union. And I was a PG. So coming here on this book, there's nothing he has done in his life, so long as I know him, that I will not be part of it. So I will not say anything here. Chris, no, if I call Mama tonight, go say I seized the show. The last show I went, say I seized the show. So I will not say anything. I will see him personally. We don't talk much in our place, but we do it with actions. Thank you very much.
The brotherly support at this point would also need to put some monetization to it so that the foundation can grow to achieve some of its intended purposes. If you've been up on stage, we know that your being here today means that you're totally in solidarity with Deacon Chris Iyovwaye and his foundation, the Wellman Group as well, and all the intended purposes. But the course on ground is the hidden treasures. We want to ensure that more copies of this book go to its intended purpose. And to do that, would also need some of your financial muscle to be able to push the vehicle forward. At this point in time, please, would also like to once again announce that we still have soft copies and hard copies of the book here. For hard copies, 200,000 naira. You can go above and beyond. For soft copies, 150,000. And for those who have filled out these dummy checks, please don't forget to put your number behind. Some of the officials wearing the T-shirts in white would receive it from you and hand you a copy of the book as well. Thank you for this information. It makes my work even easier. For those who are willing to transfer, barring any network challenges, if you take a look at the slip, there are two bank accounts. One is a Polaris bank account of the foundation. It's also projected here on the screen. Thank you, technical. We appreciate you. Let me stand this way so I do not impede your view. The Premium Trust bank account name, Dick and Chris Iyovwaye Foundation. If you mean to send in Naira, the Naira account is 0040220086. 0040220086 for the Naira account, Premium Trust Bank. Kindly double check the account number when it pops up. That is indeed Dick and Chris Iyovwaye Foundation you're sending your support to. For those who prefer to make transactions in dollars, barring the current exchange rate, the dollar account number is 0330-085-807. The other alternative is the Polaris bank account as well. Now for the Polaris Bank, same account name, account number in Naira, 1140-380-783. The author of the book has also just communicated that he has graciously given us a book subsidy. The price has been slashed from 200,000 Naira to 100,000 Naira for the hard copy, whilst the soft copy goes at 50,000 Naira. I think he deserves a round of applause. Please do well to maximize this book subsidy that is ongoing currently. Hard copy is 100,000, soft copy 50,000. The account details are still well on the screen. We still have both copies in the hall with us. Please, before we take our vote of thanks and get to other items on the program, at this point in time, would most respectfully request that we're serenaded by the brass band while some persons are trying to make the best use of their bank apps and also get copies of the book. With your kind permission, please. Technical, do you have plugins? DJ, please be on standby as well. Thank you very much. I see persons doing well to make the transactions and get themselves a copy of the book. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, I've also just been warmly informed that tea break is ready. And whilst persons are making purchases and picking copies of the book, we can also have tea break while we're doing that. The tea break will be led by the chairman. Mr. Chairman, with your kind permission, you'd lead members of the high table for tea break whilst we're making our transfers, picking up copies, and doing well to also interact. Thank you. Well, DJ, thank you. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the time allotted for our tea break has elapsed. I'd most respectfully request that we conclude with the chit-chatting and come back into the hall so we can also conclude with the lineup of the event. Mr. Chairman, sir, please can you do us the honors of leading the delegation and our most distinguished invited guests back into the hall so we can conclude on proceedings. Thank you. We'll still be taking our final batch of messages and donations in support of the book in a bit. So if you still haven't gotten the slip, you can kindly request. The book stand is at the entrance to the hall, where you can pick up a copy and also make your donations in private, should you choose to do so. The author has so graciously slashed the price, giving us a book subsidy, 100,000 naira for hard copy, while 50,000 naira for soft copy for those who intend to buy on the spot. Please, invited guests, kindly make your way back into the hall so we can take the closing formalities. I've just been informed that the chairman would be with us in a moment. DJ, in the meantime, you can continue serenading us. Thank you. All right, DJ, thank you. The chairman is seated. Very distinguished invited guests will return to take concluding donations. Before we move to closing formalities, just a reminder, there's still more copies of the book on hand should you choose to purchase. Mr. Chairman, sir, with your kind permission, I would like to proceed to invite to the podium Engineer D.B. Gambo, the National Coordinator, Community Structured Foundation for Good Governance, for his donation at this moment. Please, if your hands are not too busy, please put them together as Engineer D.B. Gambo makes his way forward, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I wish we have something to donate because the author of this book means a lot to the Community Structure Foundation for Good Governance. In fact, Deacon Chris, if you all know him, is one with a large heart. Is one who does not just look unto you to get, but he is one who looks up to you to give. Such a passionate person. To even have time to write such a book is commendable. And we in the Community Structure Foundation for Good Governance found it fit, despite our financial situation, to actually make a mark. And by virtue of my position as the national coordinator, we are also launching a copy of the book for 200,000. Thank you.
Please, a resounding round of applause for Engineer D.B. Gambo, National Coordinator, CSF Nigeria rather. Thank you. We did tell you that the hidden treasure of the Niger Delta is beyond minerals and oil, more so the human potential of the region. And I did tell you about the beauties of Niger Delta women. They're industrious, they're hardworking, and indeed when the good scriptures talked about virtuous women, it did well to capture the Niger Delta women at this moment. At this point in time, I'd like to request representatives of the Anyoma Women Group to come forward, make their donation and presentation, because they also are adorned in beautiful hand-woven fabrics, which they hope to promote as one of the hidden treasures of the Niger Delta. A round of applause for them.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'd like to appreciate all the dignitaries and all protocol duly observed. From what was reviewed from the book, if you look at me very well, from here down, this is one of the hidden treasure called Iyovwaye. This is one of the hidden treasure in Niger Delta region. Well-crafted, handmade, from the roots to the top, and from every rope, every tribe, every tree you see on it is made. So we want to tell you that we are beyond oil and gas. We have human capacity very well deposited in Niger Delta, just like the women of Anyoma. Thank you so very much, and we love you.
Thank you very much. Anyoma Women Forum Worldwide. Iyovwaye. The fabric of purity. For those who want it broken down in more simpler English. But it's very symbolic in terms of where Nigeria's textile industry is headed to. These are some of the rich cultures that draws visitors from far and near to come and see the beauty of the Niger Delta for themselves. At this point in time, with your kind permission, Mr. Chairman, let's kindly give some of the dignitaries more time to return back from their tea break before we move into closing formalities. DJ, in the meantime, whilst we await the return of the author and other dignitaries, let's just have some music play on the background before we take the closing formalities with particular recourse to the national anthem. Thank you. of the author and his wife with the Iyovwaye Women Worldwide. A brief photo session. If there are any other groups that want to join the author and his family for a quick photograph, you can do so now. After which we'll be taking a vote of thanks by Deacon Chris Iyovwaye Foundation. If we have any other group present that wish to take a photograph with Deacon and his family on the occasion of his book launch. All right, thank you, media. We appreciate you. Iyovwaye Women Forum Worldwide, thank you very much. We appreciate you. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, invited guests, before you take your leave, let's take the vote of thanks from Deacon Chris Iyovwaye on the occasion of the book launch. Thank you. We crave your indulgence. Just give us some minutes before you leave. Thank you. All right, thank you, media.
First of all, I want to say thank you to the Almighty God, the way this event has gone today. And I also want to especially thank our chairman, still seated all the way, and always smiling. Chairman, we are grateful to you. We are grateful. Veteran Che, our great Secretary General of the Patriots, we are grateful to you. Time will fail me to appreciate Professor Ezekiel Agbalagba for coming to do justice to the book review. At a very short notice, nobody is talking about that. And also the Vice Chancellor of FUPRI, which is the Petroleum University in Delta. Vice Chancellor, we are grateful. Time will fail me to appreciate my pastors, Pastor Obama and Pastor Deshina, for the time they have come to spend with us here. Thank you. One thing, now that we have the book, it's good for me to just make some comments. I didn't want to, to just, release some comments whilst I was speaking. This book, like I said, is a compendium of my works and my experience for about 3 decades. The truth, sir, the resources in the Niger Delta, my God. If only we know it, it can take this nation for another 100 years without, blinking an eye. I tell you for free, sir. It's not been tapped. The ocean economy is not been... So when you talk about the Niger Delta, we're talking from Mundo to Abia. I took time to chronicle the resources that are there, that are mapped out in that area. Mapped out in that area, you have gold, you have uranium, you have manganese, you have kaolin, you have lignite, you have, just mentioned, you have gypsum, you have clay sand, you have silicon sand, these all with great economic value. All there, all of them multi-billion dollars. And it's not been looked at. Everybody is running after hydrocarbon. That is on its way out. People are looking for alternative source of energy, say this thing is dirty. They're only looking at gas. They said, no, this thing is dirty. We're not going to touch it. We need another source of energy. So I've taken time to chronicle those things that are there. If you have a copy of the book, you look at it. And I also took time to look at the oil and gas business. It's so wide. It's so wide that a number of areas are not being looked into. Because what is in hydrocarbon, if you put crude oil into a fractionating column and you heat it those things begin to fractionate at different temperatures. That's what happened in the column. They all fractionate at different temperatures. So you have hundreds of products there that you can take out. Those things are not being looked at. They have export value. Then when you come to agriculture, sir, you come to agriculture, it's a different ball game. Most countries of the world, they don't put agriculture aside. It's the mainstay. It doesn't change. Agriculture. Agriculture. I'll tell you, for me, if you go into cassava farming and you want to produce ethanol from cassava farming, so you can never go wrong. You can never go wrong. I charge you to just Google what America spends for biofuel. They use ethanol as biofuel. America doesn't have enough. They are hungry looking for it everywhere. And one of the greatest you can get from cassava is ethanol. If you farm it and have an ethanol plant, so you can't go wrong. Not to talk about the blue economy in terms of using, the ocean economy in terms of using transportation, in terms of a whole lot more. Not being looked at. Well, sometimes they say government has no business with business, but I tend to disagree with that. Because they need to give us the wherewithal for people to get involved in it. To create the foundation for people, to create the environment for investors to come in. This place they call the Niger Delta is an investor heaven. And here we have a burden in our heart to change that narrative. That is a place of crisis. That is a place of, no. There's much more. And in this book, I took time to chronicle the icons that have come from that area. I looked at the military. I looked at, the health sector. I looked at entertainment. I looked at everywhere. I looked at the corporate world. I looked at the banking industry. I took time to chronicle all of that. And you see the individuals that are coming from there. So I tell you for free, sir, what is in the Niger Delta? It's not been touched at all. It's not been touched at all. And I really pray that, people can, it's a wake-up call. This book is a wake-up call. So that we can look at those things and take advantage of it. For the common good of our people and the common good of country. And I believe that when we begin to engage, that we begin to get the dividend of what God has placed in our land. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful to everyone for coming to be a part of this event. My Anyosha women, I greet you all. I thank you so much for coming. I thank my brothers for the Urobo people in Abuja. They are here. My families, they are here. I'm so grateful to everyone. I'm grateful to my friends. Ediale, you can't be there, Ediale, and don't make a donation. Come on, make a public donation here. Before I call for closing prayer, come. You can't be here in this event and you are not making any. Come and tell the people. You can't escape. Ediale, come. Because today I don't have the permission to go around. You know what I can do now? I can be a great fundraiser, sir. But today I'm not permitted to move. When I move, they say sit down. When I sit down. Are you getting? When I became the 47th president of the Rotary Club of Ori, oh my God, people were there. The kind of funds we raised. Because that is the first time I will go into the public to ask for funds. All my life, I've been giving. All my life, I've been giving. I give to any cause that I think that is good. All my life. But that was the first time I will go to the public to ask. And this one is the second time. Ediale, what are you supporting this book with? I know, don't tell me because you just lost your mother. No, tell me what. My friend.
Thank you very much. I will say big congratulations. For the past 24 years, I funding a brother from another mother. So it has been so lovely. He could change a lot of things. He's the only human being on earth that can make donation on my behalf and I will pay. The only human being. He will say you are supposed to be in this program because of one or two reasons you are not here. But on your behalf, I make a donation of 10 million, 20 million, I will pay. We won't dispute it. Whether my mother have gone to meet with the law or not, that have nothing to do with this occasion. Because where the money is going to. He is also a very big fan of my foundation. I also have a Kennedy Ediale Foundation, which is KEF. Because of that, I'll give you 2 million.
Ooh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so grateful to you, Kennedy. Always a pleasure to have you in the house. Thank you so much. I think I've done justice to that. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
A round of applause once again for the author, Deacon Chris Iyovwaye, founder and CEO, Wellman Group, who in a couple of days, I bet he would have to also do the fundraising himself. But till we get to that bridge, we'll decide how to cross it. At this point in time, I'd like to very respectfully invite that we be upstanding to take the national anthem. If you look at the anthem, the third stanza is more like a closing prayer for Nigeria. The Army Headquarters Garrison Band, led by Lieutenant A.A. Tom.
Once I start to move for donations begin to move. My sister here is the immediate past president of the Rotary Club of Warri. I am the 47th president, current president of the Rotary Club of Warri. She was the 46th president, so she handed to me. She said she can. She came all the way yesterday to be part of this event. And as we are closing out, she said, no, I can't be here and don't give a donation. Regina Edukugo, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you for permitting me to be on the platform to appreciate the Iyovwaye family, Deacon and Deaconess, Mrs. Iyovwaye, and thanks for everybody that is here. I'm part of this family. I cannot be here and without identifying myself. I'm the immediate past president of Rotary Club of Warri, Rotarian Regina Edukugo. I'm giving out the sum of 500,000. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Rotarian Regina Edukugo. Thank you so much. We are grateful to you.
Thank you very much once again, ma'am. Over to you, Lieutenant A.A. Thumb. Please, let's be upstanding for the national anthem as a closing prayer for the nation and ourselves. Thank you. Thank you very much. Chairman, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a privilege and honor being your MC for today. Please do well to go in peace and serve the Lord. We'll see you in Warri on the 25th, Tuesday, November 2025, for the Warri edition of the book launch, The Hidden Treasures. God bless. Thank you.
This is my big sister. Not just sister by blood, you know. My big sister says she can. She's just come. She's been around, but she stepped out. She says she wants to make a donation.
Praise the Lord. I'm so excited. I just look back to see what my grandfather or grandmother would have been doing if they saw their son in this high pedestal. I just want to give God all the glory. I cannot be here. He is indeed my father's junior sister's son. I can't be here and all the donation is going. I want to humbly contribute and bless him with just 100,000 naira.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.